What's up, Wise Take? It's Wednesday night. Welcome to another edition of the Two Guidos. It's week 12 now in the NFL, and it's the night before Thanksgiving. So I'm here with Paulie, and we're gonna go over the main slate. Of course, we're gonna have our favorite game show that's sweeping the nation, not just the Wise Take Nation. Price Right, and then we're gonna have a little Thanksgiving fun and get on out of here. We're gonna make it real quick because I know if you're in the Wise Take Nation, immediately after this, I'm pretty much like they're like sitting there waiting on deck, like they're both like stroking their hair 7 times, one side, 7 times on the other, and they're ready. We got CK, Cash, and DFS ready to do a Thanksgiving live stream with their hair down 7 times on the right, times on the left. So, that being said, if you're watching on YouTube, you can follow me at Twitter at Patio Joe Ref. And then, of course, we got Paulie at Paulie D. Paulie, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, bro? I'm sweating a big one right now, so I'm locked in at fucking Klay Thompson, who just got his 4th foul, got pulled out of the game, but he will be back in, and I don't need much. So it could be a very glorious night the day before Thanksgiving.
That's good. The day before Thanksgiving, man, that was always like, when I was in college, that was like the night where if you had an old flame.
Like, you know you're going to meet up back at that town bar.
That was the night. I love that night, or I remember like and then in my late 20s, it morphed into like going to Thanksgiving dinner, literally coming down off of like 4 pills or 5 the night before. Because you went to some like crazy house.
I never eat much on Thanksgiving. Like, like I'm always partying hard the night before, and then like recovering, and I eat once and it knocks me out. But like then the next 3 days of leftovers is glorious.
Yeah. I don't know why Thanksgiving for me too. Like, it just isn't like it. It's the one holiday where I'm just like, yeah, I like it. I like to eat it. It's good. It's cool to eat with family. But let's get to the main event, Christmas. It's like in a month. So, anyways, let's get to the main slate. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go position by position. I'm gonna throw a few questions to Paulie. He's gonna go over who he likes. Really quick look. Since it's Wednesday, so much could happen. One thing I will say, we only have 8 games on this slate on Sunday, so it's a little bit different. I think that there's only a few games where you really want to like maybe do a game stack. At first look, San Francisco, Tampa Bay, I like that. I think that Pittsburgh, Denver can have some fireworks, but everything else, maybe Cleveland,
10 games. 10 games.
Yeah.
10 games on the slate. 10 games.
Okay, there's 10 games. Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, CK said I thought it was 8, but anyway, we have 3 games on. We have 3 games on
tomorrow. Today.
Tomorrow, and then we have 1 game on. There's no Sunday night game then. I guess. I bet you there's no Sunday night game. No, there is. There's Green Bay.
Yeah, there is, and then there's a Monday night game.
Monday game. All right. That's weird.
No buys. Everybody plays, right? So you got 3 plus 8 is 11.
Yeah, you only have 1 team. You have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Rams on the bye.
2 teams. Yeah, okay. Right.
This is now turned into 2 stoners instead of 2 Guidos because we're just trying to figure out how this like
8 plus 3.
3 games tomorrow. How is there still 10 games on this slate, Paulie? Fuck, what are we doing, dog? What are we doing? Shit, dog. Oh, man. I hope CK's not watching. He probably is. He's probably laughing. I don't know. I don't know. Are you still with us? Did we lose
you?
you?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, cool. All right, guys, let's get into quarterback position for week number 12. All right, guys, we're moving down. I'm in a good mood. So it's Thanksgiving. The kids are asleep. And I'm telling you, just have one kid, everybody, to say you have a kid, get it over with. And then, you have a kid. Just keep it at one. Trust me. Any more than one, they just knock you into the ground, and they just keep. It's like somebody that takes your head and just keeps banging into the side of the curb constantly, 24 hours. That's what a kid does. Anyways, I love him to death, though. All right, Paulie. Quarterback. This week, I feel like the chalk to me, I feel like the most safest play on the board this week is Andrew Luck. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, against Miami, you got to like that. The guy's thrown 7 weeks in a row of 3 touchdowns or better. I'm with it. I can do it. I'm cool with that. I like that.
Well, it's a pass attempts too. They're just throwing and throwing.
Yeah, and the good thing is the line has come back towards the Colts. I mean, back towards Miami. So it moved a lot, 2.5 points. So more than likely a closer game. Because when they've blown teams out, the Colts went and blew out the Raiders and somebody else, they've run more, But with the spread tightening up, hopefully we have a close game and Luck's forced to do what he's done every week.
Who else do you like at tight end?
At quarterback, you mean?
Quarterback, sorry.
Cam Newton against Seattle, I could see that game being a shootout. I don't mind him. Conversely, in that same game, I like Russ Wilson at 56 on the road into Carolina, probably playing from behind. The game script is very favorable. And, Jameis against San Francisco, that defense is terrible. He's got his shot. That's always a risk. We don't know if they're going to go back to Fitz, but I think they want to stick with Jameis. He's the one they're paying a ton of money to, that's longer-term future. So it'd probably be a long leash after all this ping-pong and back and forth. So I don't mind Jameis Winston either. After that, man, it does get kind of ugly.
There's not a lot of quarterbacks. When you don't have
everybody.
Breeze, there's no Ryan. Trubisky's hurt. There's other. Who else? There's no Cousins. Monday night game. There's no Watson. There's no Mariota. We'll see if he's even plays. So there's a lot of quarterbacks missing on this slate. For me, I see it as probably Andrew Luck. I'm not going to try and get too crazy with it. And I think I'm going to take your thought with if you're going to do the Carolina game, I'm just going to take Russ for $900 less because
game flow.
Yeah, game flow or whatever. And
Carolina's tough to run on, although that's what Seattle wants to do, but they're tough to run on, and you're probably losing. It's just a good formula for Russ.
They're going to be forced. They're going to be forced.
The only other guy I like too is Carson Wentz, in a rebound spot against the Giants, who, their defense is terrible too.
All right, that's good. All right, let's move on to the running back position. There's a lot of running backs this week. I feel like at least in cash games, the lock button, the core play this week, and I'm not really ever really heavily just lock him in, but Mel Gordon. I feel like he stands out above all the rest of all the running backs this week with this matchup against the Cardinals. You got to figure Patrick Peterson is going to be on Keenan Allen, which will take away one of the options. You can run all day on these Cardinals. The Chargers are coming off a game where they were absolutely, I called it. If you guys watched it last week, said the Chargers were on upset alert, and they knew coming home, everybody's thinking they were going to roll over the Broncos. They didn't. They wound up losing. So I think they're going to come out this week and just pound the Cardinals with Gordon, catching passes and running. I feel like he's just just the lock button and you build around that. What say you, Paulie? At least on FanDuel. I don't know what his price is on DraftKings, but I can't imagine him being more than the first or the second or third highest running back.
He's the second highest.
Okay.
And he's 500 cheaper than Saquon Barkley.
God, for that, I can't imagine. I like Barkley, but I don't like him on the road against the Eagles, who are just embarrassed. I can't play him over. He's only $100 more on FanDuel, anyways, but $500 more Gordon for me. Who else do you like, or what say you about Gordon?
I mean, I'm cool with Gordon too. I mean, everyone's probably going to go to Saquon, and I'll take the $500 discount. Chargers at home, probably winning. Gordon another week to recover. So I like Gordon over Saquon as well. Running back is not very deep at the top. I could do a James Conner 7,800 against Denver. They've been terrible against the run this year. I could definitely look at Leonard Fournette 6,700 against Buffalo. Marlon Mack, we already briefly touched on. He's going to be involved in the pass game and the run game against Miami. Scrolling down, there's probably maybe some Josh Adams at 3,800 against the Giants. You can run on the Giants. They've been getting run on. 3,800 on DK is very cheap. He did have a little bit of pass game involvement, 6 targets. I like that option a lot, actually. But it's nowhere near the deep player pool as last week. Maybe Joe Mixon against Cleveland. I could probably do that, especially if AJ Green doesn't play.
Yeah, the guy I like is guy I'm looking at, Nick Chubb. Gotta look at him right now, starting off, going on the road. Cincinnati, you can run against them. McCaffrey too. He's played like 97% of the snaps. I mean, just on volume alone, I think you got to like him. I think Fournette, he's gotten 59 touches in the last 2 weeks. Got to love that. Marlon Mack against this putrid run defense of Dolphins. Those are the guys you got to be looking at to put your pool down. There's a couple other guys we'll bring up, obviously, in the segment that we love to feature called The Price is Right here on the Two Guidos. So, anyways, let's move to the wide receiver spot. Wide receiver, I think, is kind of tricky this week. I think up at the top, the chalk would probably be Odell. But besides that, I'm looking for other guys. The guy I'm looking at, I think this week that people are going to be going to shy away from. His price went down a little bit on FanDuel. Is Tyler Boyd. The reason why I'm saying is because all we're getting is that AJ Green's back, and if AJ Green is back, that is when Boyd has excelled. His price is down. He's coming off of 2 subpar weeks where he just hasn't gotten the end zone. Gotten all right. He just hadn't got, he's gotten the targets. But now that AJ Green is supposedly back, I like Tyler Boyd again at 6,800. What you got, Paulie?
Yeah, I do like Odell. I think if you playing anyone on the Giants, it's Odell or Saquon. I would go with Odell. They're probably going to be trailing. This favors him. Last week they were leading. There's guys up here that we could talk about, but I don't really like. T.Y. Hilton would probably be the next guy I'd like to go to. 6,500 on the turf again against Miami. I like that. Josh Gordon, New England against the Jets. I could definitely get behind that. He's probably due for a blow-off game. I do agree with you on Tyler Boyd. I think you can look at Alshon Jeffrey on Philadelphia. The Giants' defense being super poor. I like Emmanuel Sanders this week against Pittsburgh. He's 5,500, trailing script. Makes sense. There's only 2 receivers there now, so more targets, more volume for him. And Marquise Goodwin, 5,600 against Tampa Bay. That kid Mullins has been doing pretty well. I think he's got a pretty strong arm. He could possibly find Goodwin for a couple deep balls and just if he gets the volume he's been getting, you're expecting him to catch more of them in this game. Like Tampa Bay's terrible at tackling guys in the open field. He could definitely bust a long run or two after catch. So I do like that. And then, I mean, there's a couple cheap options, but like DJ Moore, I think is definitely interesting. He seems to be growing a rapport with Cam. And, who wants to play Devin Funchess when he's dealing with an injury? If he were to miss, then Moore would become chalk. But I just like the idea of Moore anyway. I think that's it. There's other options we could talk about, but those are guys I'm most interested in right now.
Yeah, I'm hearing a little more about Marquise Goodwin than I've heard these past weeks. I see his big play potential. Obviously, all it takes is one, but he's so hit or miss. You know what I mean? Like he'll either get you, like I said, that, or he'll get you zero. So that's my problem with him. I agree. The guy I like also is I don't think I would shy away from this is T.Y. Hilton. I don't think Xavier Howard. I think he's kind of tailed off to the point where you've seen the good receivers beat him this year. He started out good, but kind of tailed off in my opinion. So I'm not afraid to play Ty, especially if you're pairing him with Luck on Sunday. Tight end position. For weeks it seemed like one of the top tight ends is just alone. So you would say you either pay up for the top tight end, or you're going to go all the way down, or just go because it's just bad. You'll get so much of a jump on the field if you pay up at tight end. But this week we have two up at the top that we like. We have Zach Ertz, and then we have my boy George Kittle, who that guy has just been so clutch for me in my seasonal team. I love him, but with the news of O.J. Howard being out on IR and Cameron Brate being starting tight end at Tampa Bay at 4,400 on FanDuel, he's below 4,500. To me, I feel like in cash games, you just lock Cameron Brate in and don't even think about it in cash. I'm totally for Kittle in GPPs and Ertz because I love Kittle's matchup this week is one of the best matchups maybe of the slate of any position against Tampa. You have an elite tight end against a team that cannot cover the tight end. So, especially if they hit Goodwin for one bomb, loosen up that defense, run with Breda, really love Kittle. What do you say about Brate? I mean, what's his price on DK? I can't imagine it being that expensive because the prices came out before Howard went on IR.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's not higher in my model. But Brate is 3,600. 1,100 off min.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I just feel like if that's the free square you have to take in cash games, and you can get different. You can even play Kittle if you wanted to, or Ertz in your flex spot if you really wanted to get them in. Especially if you wanted to get a piece of that game and stack it, you just start breaking Kittle. That's not a bad way to do it. Do you have any other tight ends you like, or we just basically said that?
I love Kittle. I love Kittle. He's definitely going to be played for me. Ertz, I'm probably not going to have much of. Sure, he could smash, but I don't think he's going to need to. I don't see him getting a ceiling game. I think they spread it around and then they run. The Giants are so bad. The Eagles should win this game pretty convincingly. They're at home. They just got spanked. I don't see them needing Ertz to have this monster game. So it's Kittle for me. It's just yes, right? I mean, other options like Jack Doyle, he's going to get volume in that offense. Nick Vannett for cheap against Carolina, pair up with Russ and Njoku. Cincinnati's terrible defensively, terrible against tight end. As long as he's playing, I'm fine with that. He does have a Q tag, but it's mostly going to be Kittle for me at this position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in love with Kittle. And before the news came out for Brait, I was like, I'm probably gonna have 100% kill. But then the name. I mean, you understand why you would go to it, just because he's so cheap.
Yeah.
It's just so easy, and you can get in higher priced players. You can get in the 2 running backs if you wanted to. You can get in, high quarterback with, Gordon or whatever. It just seems like it's just so easy. All right, let's move to defense. Now, at defense this week, I'm seeing, we got the Ravens up at the top, and then we got the Chargers, who I think that they're coming off of being embarrassed and want to do this. Want to. But then I'm looking down the teams that I like. I like the Bills at 4,000, coming off of a bye, at home against the Jags. Remember, this was the team that they lost to in the playoffs and got eliminated.
Yeah.
And they held them to what, 10 points or 12 points? What was it, like 12-9 or something like that? It was a really low scoring game. That playoff game in Jacksonville last year. So I like the Bills defense. They've been a good defense all year. Nobody else really, no other defenses I really am into. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think about other defenses? I think the Ravens defense is kind of like a fool's gold a little bit. I don't know why. But
I mean, they're good, but you got to pay for it, Like, there's no discount on them. They're 3,300. You can grab the Chargers for 34 with Joey Bosa back. You could do New England against the Jets, but that's on the road. I think I'd rather do one of those other two. I do like the Buffalo idea for cheap, for sure.
What's their price on DK? Because they're 4,000 on FanDuel. So
2,700.
All right, so that's cheap.
Yeah, you can get the Eagles for 2,400.
That's good too. I mean, we all know bad Eli could show up. It could happen.
Yep.
Any other defenses you're looking at?
Not really. It's either going to be the Eagles or the Bills cheap. Or I'm going to pay up for the Chargers, Jags, or Ravens. Those are probably the 5 I'm looking at right now.
Yeah. I think the Chargers definitely possible for pick 6 against Josh Rosen. Which, by the way, guys, Josh Rosen grew up went to high school 5 miles from where, 5 or 10 miles from where the StubHub Center is. So this is a homecoming for him. So, we'll see. But I still like the Chargers defense against that the Cardinals. They look, their offensive line is bad, and even though they're getting them involved, their weapons just aren't there. Between they got DJ and Fitz. Kirk is coming along, but I like the Chargers D. Yeah, that's about it. Bills, like I said, definitely like the Bills. So, anyways, let's move on to the game show that is sweeping the nation. We know you're back in the back there, Cash. We know you're in the back there, CK, getting ready for the live stream, Turkey Egg live stream. Gobble, gobble, 7-7. Right. Time for Price is Right. Paulie D.
So we're doing FanDuel main slate. Price is Right.
FanDuel main slate.
All
right. All right. At quarterback, 7,400. Lamar Jackson.
That's the price is wrong. That's just too expensive, I think, on FanDuel. I'll play Wentz or Winston or Russ with similar rushing upside. He's probably going to rush for 100 yards, maybe a touchdown, but I don't think he's got enough touchdown upside to beat out those other guys. Russ could rush for a touchdown and 50 yards too, and throw 3 more in a good game. I would like him to be cheaper. The price is wrong.
Yeah, I agree. All right, at quarterback, he wasn't bad last week. He helped me cash in one of my tourneys at 6,700. Eli Manning.
Price is right. If you're gonna play him down there, that's the Giants have a history of playing the Eagles tough, and if they're gonna do well, it's gonna be with Eli throwing most of the game. Even if it's Saquon, it's probably gonna be through the air. So yeah, price is right.
Nice. All right. Good. All right, let's move to the running back position at 5,300. I think it's 5,300. I think it was. He's the newest flavor of the week for the Baltimore Ravens, Gus Edwards.
Man, that price is probably right. I don't know if I want to play him or not, but it's the right opponent, and that's a good price. That's probably a FanDuel only kind of play because he's not involved in the pass game at all.
Yeah, my thing is that Harbaugh, I could see Harbaugh going back to Collins now for 20 carries, and then we see Edwards for the first 5 carries of the game, and for some reason. Mm-hmm. That game, I just think is they're just going to run the ball and keep the ball away.
Yeah, that clock's going to be moving. There's going to be hardly any plays in that game.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not really into it. I'm going to pay an extra $500 to $600 and get Josh Adams, like you said. I really like Josh Adams. The problem with Josh Adams to me, though, is that I think we're all thinking the right play would be to give him 15 to 20 carries on Sunday.
Yeah.
But Peterson wants to keep his running back committee going, so it's we all think the right thing to do is run the ball.
Develop. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Wendell Smallwood will get 2 rushing touchdowns and just ruin it. I know.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it scares me to play him in anything, but a GPP, because I don't feel like he's safe enough for cash, but we all see in the industry how good of a play he could be, because Peyton Barber went for over 100 yards in New York last week. I played him. I liked it. His price. So got the same price, Josh Adams. So let's move to the wide receiver spot. Tyler Lockett at 6,300.
Tyler Lockett, 6,300. I'm going to say that price is wrong. I would play Baldwin over him. For 200 more.
All right. Good. Let's move to the tight end position. Coming off his best game probably in 2 years, Antonio Gates against the Denver Broncos he did this. So this week, we got 5,500 Vance McDonald. I like him. If I'm not going to go Kittle or Bray, I would go McDonald.
The price is right. I'll give it the price is right.
Yeah, I like it. And for defense, I'm just going to throw one out just for the hell of it. I'm going to go down below. Let's see. No, not going to do it. Carolina Panthers at 3,800.
3,800. I think that price is wrong. I don't like their defense that much in this game.
Yeah. Hey, what about the Bengals for 3,700 against Cleveland? Could you see them? I mean, it's Baker. It's a rookie at home.
I don't like their defense.
We do have obviously Clay Thompson did something.
Yeah.
We do have, what's his name? Dipshit just went back over to the Bengals from the Browns. That has anything to do with it. Maybe. The Bengals' best games on the defense have been at home. So I guess if I was going to pay down below 4K, I would pay the Bengals if I was going to. I probably won't. That being said, guys, that's going to do it for the main slate preview. Now what we're going to do for everybody here, me and Paulie are going to do a FanDuel Thanksgiving slate build, and then we're going to throw it to the guys in the back. That's right, combing their hair, oiling it up, putting their t-shirts on, getting ready for everybody. Paulie D, pull up the main slate on FanDuel or Thanksgiving slate on FanDuel.
On FanDuel?
Yeah.
All right. This is real sweaty, Joe.
Yeah?
I got guys coming from behind. It's 4.5 minutes left. It's almost a blowout. I'm in the money for two $1,500 tickets. That's $3,000 worth of entries into the $1,500 next Wednesday. Yeah. I'm in third place. Two baskets out of second, 3 out of first in the 15. Stress is rising.
Yeah. Well, and you hate when men come from behind.
Yeah, I really hate when that happens. Always.
Hurts.
All right. I got it up. All
right. Where do we want to start? Where do you want to start, Paul? You want to start at quarterback? You want to start running back? Do you want to just lock in Alvin Kamara?
Lock in Alvin Kamara, that's for sure.
Okay. Now, let's move to wide receiver. What do we want to do with wide receiver? Do we want, I feel like quarterback, we got, we were talking about earlier. You like Colt McCoy. I said Chase Daniel, or we could just pay up for Breeze because I feel like you fit in everything you want with Breeze.
Yep, and that's, honestly, I don't want to pay all the way up for Breeze, coming off another monster against the Falcons, who I think can be run on, and that's what I think New Orleans wants to do. I think I'd rather pay down at quarterback this week and load up at the other positions.
All right, so let's go all the way down. Let's go to Chase Daniel at 6,000.
Okay.
We were talking about it. He knows this offense. He's ran it in Kansas City. Now he's in Chicago. He's not going to make mistakes. He's not going to give the running ability that Trubisky did, but he could throw a couple touchdowns. And at 6,000, he gets you 18 points. You're loving life. If he gives you 20, all of a sudden, Paulie might be at 90s. He gets you 25 points. That being said, running back, other running back position, Zeke. If we got $6,000, Chase Daniel, we got to have Zeke at 8,700. You good with that, Paulie?
Yeah, definitely want Zeke.
All right. Tight end, I only feel like there's really one good option at tight end this week. You can get Dallas over the middle. Let's go with Jordan Reed. He's been heating up. I feel like he's Colt McCoy's best option, too. You good with that?
Jordan Reed, that's the only guy I really want to pair with him.
Yeah, Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed's the only guy I'm gonna be playing at tight end tomorrow. Wide receiver. Do we want Thomas? Do we want Julio? Do we want...
So, the Thomas situation is very interesting because of the dude who went off, Traquan Smith. If Smith is out, then I think you have to play Thomas. He's just going to get enough volume to do really well, right?
Yeah. I mean, it says that he expects to be available. In my eyes, I'm playing.
Right.
He didn't practice Monday or Tuesday, and he had a light practice on Wednesday. But even if he could be hurt, though, you know what I mean? He could be even just in a reduced role. Yep. So to me, I almost feel like it could be, you could get, put Thomas in there. But if you don't go Thomas, do you have to go Julio?
I don't think one depends on the other, but it makes a lot of sense to get Julio, especially if you're not playing Breeze. You know what I mean? This is the game you want the most exposure to, so I'd say yes.
All right, so who should we go? Should we go with Julio or Thomas? Who'd you go for?
I want to go Thomas.
Okay. So we're locking in Thomas. All right. Defense. Do we want the Bears? Just put in the Bears D.
How much are they compared to the Lions?
The Lions is 3,400 and the Bears is 4,700.
I say we play the Lions. You know, like I know it goes against Chase Daniels, but he could throw a pick six. I think we're gonna need that money. You know what I mean?
All right, I'll go with it. Why not? We're just building the lineup. Don't even have to use it. We're having fun. And then we got 2 more wide receiver spots in a flex with 6,000 per left. Some of the guys I like down below, I do. If you were to pair a receiver with Daniel, who would you pair? I would pair Anthony Miller. That's just because he's going to have Nevin Lawson on him, and that's who DJ Moore was just raped last week. Was Nevin Lawson. So
you know, I'm cool with that. It would be either him or
Gabriel.
Gabriel or Robinson. But I want to pair one of those guys with him. So, you know, I'm definitely fine saving some money and going that way. That's fine.
And then since we have Thomas, do we want to put a Falcons receiver such as Sanu or Ridley on the other side?
Yeah.
Last receiver?
Yep. What's the news injury status?
Sanu has no injury status.
None? I mean, not Sanu. Ridley. I meant Ridley.
You want Ridley? Ridley is...
No. What's Ridley's injury status?
He says he practiced fully on Wednesday and doesn't carry an injury designation.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. Did you prefer Ridley over Sanu? Sanu's going to be in the slot more with PJ Williams, or do we want Ridley?
What's the price difference on FanDuel?
Ridley is 6,200 and Sanu is 5,300.
I think Ridley's got more like upside, so let's put Ridley in for now.
All right.
What do we got left?
We have 6,400 in our flex.
What's the Bears running back? My boy.
Is us. Tariq Cohen is 6,000.
Yeah, I'd go there.
You still want to leave with the Lions D after we have 3 Bears: Cohen, Miller, and Daniel.
I mean, like, it's just like it's a rookie quarterback who could throw a pick six. They do get a couple sacks. Like, what other defense can we afford? I know, you know what I mean, though. But a guy who's never played.
What about the Skins D? We have enough for the Skins D.
I could do that. I don't mind that. They have the big sack upside. I'm fine with that.
And we only have Zeke.
Yeah.
He could still go off for 200 against the Skins, and they could, you know.
Yeah, and they could get you sacks and a pick six. Although, you know, I'd rather have the Cowboys or the Lions D against the young quarterback. But that's fine, though.
All right. So we got Chase Daniel, Alvin Kamara, Zeke Elliott, Michael Thomas, Anthony Miller, Calvin Ridley, Jordan Reed, Tariq Cohen, and the Redskins D.
Nice.
Got anything planned for Thanksgiving, Paul?
I'm going to my pops tomorrow. Hang with him, my brother, stepmom, and some of her family. So it's gonna be a nice size little get together, maybe like 10 people. And then I do the Thanksgiving with the girlfriend side, I think Friday. My girlfriend has to work tomorrow, so she's in the healthcare industry, so I'll be rolling solo. But just chilling, you know, family, football, eating food, sleep, drink, huge.
Yeah, I'm going to my sister's, and literally we're gonna get there as soon as we can, and I'm just gonna hand the babies.
Here you go.
I'm going to the couch.
They said they wanted to spend time with their aunt.
Like seriously, like pawning off my children. Like some people are like, no, I'm so worried. No, I don't get that. If I don't see you for a week, I'm good. Trust me. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be just fine. All right. I love you. Trust me. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Trust me. So, anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for the 2 Guidos for week 12. I want you to hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Podbean, if you're listening, if you're watching wherever, just hit that like button. Give us comments. Join the nation. Buy a day pass. Join the nation right now So you can literally go right over from this show into the Y stream where literally they are still combing their hair 7 times on the left, 7 times on the right. 7 and 7. That's probably Cash's favorite drink.
A 7 and 7.
7 7.
That's his birthday.
Yeah,
7/7, July 7.
So anyway, so guys, buy day pack right now. Join the nation right now. Come over, get the live stream right now. See CK in the back, literally, he's oiling up right now. He's got a spray can right now. Oiling it up, oiling his body up, getting ready to do that promo for everybody, to get everybody to join the nation. Maybe he's got his hair down. Maybe he's doing the CK cross straight from the crossroads. Maybe he's doing something like that. Who knows? But he's ready, just like Cash and DFS is ready. I know he's got his white tank top on, and he's got his hair ready to get it up, get up in the ponytail and everything. Get a little 7/7. All right, we're gonna get on out of here. Anyways, for Paulie D, follow me on Twitter at Paulie D. I am Patio Joe. Follow me on Twitter at Patio Joe. And we are out. Peace.
Yeah. That was glorious.
I just